What does it mean when they say that they need time? They need time to decide if they're going to get back together with you again or not. They need time. Why would they need time? The truth is that this means two important things. Number one, you're doing something right. That's the good news. If they need time, it means that there's a part of them that feels drawn to you. There's a part of them that feels connected to you. There's a part of them that has a vision of a future with you in it. The bad news, the other side of the coin here, the second thing that you need to understand is that if they say they need time, it also means that they have some sort of hesitation about actually getting back together. This isn't just a clear-cut sort of thing. Now, what is that hesitation? It could be a number of things. Maybe they don't trust you yet, in which case they need more consistency. They need you to prove to them that you can keep showing up as the kind of person that they can trust, as the kind of person that they can build a future life together with. It could also mean that they're afraid to tell their friends or their family or all the people on social media that the two of you are back together. The two of you are spending time together. I mean, let's be honest. Breakups are not easy. You have to tell your family, your friends, hey, yeah, we broke up. Oh, why'd you break up? Oh, well, because he cheated on me, or because she lied to me about this. Then all the friends and family, they say, oh, well, I never really liked them anyway. I never really liked him or her anyway. I always thought he was a jerk. I always thought she was no good. You deserve better than that. And then having to go back to all those people and say, hey, guess what? We actually are seeing each other again. You know that person you said was a jerk? You know that person you said you never liked? Well, guess what? We're back together again. It's never been better. What are you going to do with that? That can be an intimidating kind of conversation. They might need time to think about if they're ready for that conversation. They might need time to work up the courage to have that conversation. They might need time to just see if the two of you are going to be okay, to see if it's worth having that conversation. Because maybe they're afraid, hey, yeah, things have been going great for a couple weeks here, but what if I do have that conversation? What if I do tell my mom and dad that we're back together again, and then boom, the next week we have a big argument and we're broken up again? Now, who's going to look triple foolish? Number one, for having to tell mom and dad that the relationship didn't work out. Number two, for having to tell them that we got back together again. And then number three, for having to tell them, oops, we actually broke up again. So yeah, they might need time. They might need time as well, too, to tell their rebound, if they're in one, it's over. Don't want to be with you anymore. Decided to get back together with my ex. We worked things out. We came to an understanding. And things are better than ever. I want you to pack your bags and get out of here. That might take some time. Especially if there's sensitive things happening. There's a birthday coming up or some holiday coming up. People white knuckle it through holidays like Valentine's Day or the Christmas season, or certain other things like birthdays and anniversaries, and certain tough times too, like if someone's parents just passed away or something like that. It's not like, hey, sorry your dad passed away last week, by the way, we need to talk. I'm breaking up with you and I'm getting back with my ex. That's unlikely to happen. If something like that's going on, yeah, they might need some time. If they say they need time, to a certain extent, you should be able to understand what that means. And if not, you can also ask them. But it does mean that there is some hesitation in there. Now, what do you do if they do say they need time? What do you do, right? What do you do? Depends on where you're at. Depends on where you're at in this whole process. Now, a lot of y'all know about the 5 stages your ex goes through in the process of getting back together. In case you missed it, please go ahead and check out the video in the info card up there. If you're early on in this process of getting back together, like if you're at test drive stage or riding the dragon or something, they're probably just going to need more consistency on your part, more time building up the emotional connection, more time having good experiences with one another where you can trust each other, where you can connect with one another better, where you can do all that sort of stuff. And that should build a certain degree of confidence. And that might be all you need to get them over that edge. If, on the other hand, things have been going really well for a while now, and they still say they need time, what that might mean is that they're probably at a crisis point. In which case, consistency isn't what they need. What they need is a shot of consequences. And that is to basically, for you to lovingly remind them that you can't wait around forever. You understand that this is a tough choice. You understand that this isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. You're not going to be around forever. You're in a place in your life where you want to settle down. You're in a place in your life where you're ready to put this whole dating thing behind you. You want to be in a relationship. You want to be committed. You want to be with the person that you can spend the rest of your life with. You want to settle down with your future husband or wife. And you want to build a future. You want to raise a family. You want to just make that dream come true. And you'll give them some time if you need to. But it's not going to be forever. Because there are those tough choices they need to make. There are those tough conversations they need to have. They need to talk to mom and dad. Let them know that despite all the bad things that were said about you, the two of you are back together again. They need to have that tough conversation with their rebound and say, hey, I've been putting this off for a while, but we need to take a break. We need to break up. We need to stop what we're doing here. Because they aren't going to make these tough choices on their own. I mean, they might, but let's be honest. If we don't have to, we're not going to do it, right? I mean, we need deadlines to get moving in life. How many of us would file our taxes if there was no deadline for it? If it was just, whenever you want to. And there's no consequence if you don't pay your taxes. The IRS isn't going to call you and take all your money or anything like that or send you to prison. Yeah, but just do it whenever you feel like it. I don't know about you, but I probably would never file my taxes. We need a deadline. If you and your ex are connecting together really well, if you're getting on great, but they're still not making that tough choice, they're still not having that hard conversation, just got to put a little bit of pressure on them. Inspire them, motivate them to make those tough moves, to clear that space for the two of you to get together. I know it's scary to think about doing that. You think, oh gosh, well, if I tell them they got to make this happen, or I'm going to, move on to something else, what if they call that bluff? Trust me, I get it. And that's why you can't do this at the test drive stage, or riding the dragon, or, God forbid, at the wall of reactance. You got to do this when you actually have emotional leverage. They need to have emotional leverage before you do something like this. They need to know that they value you. They look forward to spending time with you. They look forward to talking to you. And when they do that, that is going to be a motivator. They're not going to want to risk losing that. Just the same way you're not going to want to risk rocking the boat and getting them to make a choice. The same reason you're afraid of doing this is the same reason they're going to be afraid of losing you. But if you can be brave, and if you can help move this along, you can create that space for them to get back together with you. Just like how the IRS can motivate me to pay my taxes. Being in a relationship with you is a lot better than paying a significant percentage of your income to the U.S. government. With that being said, if you want this to work, you really need to understand where your ex is at in their emotional journey. So please check out this video right over here. It'll help you understand your ex's 5 stages of getting back together. With that being said, take care, and I'll talk to you in the next one.